Hundreds on me stuff, I'ma run it up. She gon' give it up. I'm like, what is love? Remember I was broke, ain't nobody give a fuck. Hater understand, now they love us cause we up. Hundreds on me stuff.
Okay, so I'm a little bit late to this. I think a couple of days ago, Aitch released a mixtape or an EP called Polaris, and I looked this up for the video. Apparently, Polaris is a star above the North Pole, and you can see that's on the cover art. He's kind of got his face made out of stars and then one big star in his left eye. So yeah, I'm not sure whether that means something or he's just picked a good title. But yeah, I'm going to be going through this. We've already heard 3 songs from this, and I've reacted to 2 of them. I reacted to Raw, which I really liked because that was a lot more grimy, more what Aitch used to do. And then there was 30, which I reacted to recently as well, which is just like a classic Aitch tune. And then the other one that's on here that he's already released is Rain, which was it's a banger. That actually came out before I even made my channel because I've only been doing this for a couple months now. And yeah, that's probably one of Aitch's most successful tracks so far, and it only came out a few months ago, so that was a banger. And there is 8 tracks on here, so we've got 5 more brand new tracks to listen to. I'm not going to listen to the ones we've already listened to because there's no point, I've already reacting to those. But yeah, let's get into this. The first one is called Safe to Say. Actually, before I get into this, I want to talk about what I'm expecting from this, because what I'm going to do is listen through all of them, and then at the end I will talk about the whole thing as a whole and give my opinions on it as like a whole body of work. And then I'll go through each song and give my opinions on each song individually. But before we get into this, I want to talk about what I'm expecting from this. So his last EP or mixtape, I genuinely don't know the difference between an EP and mixtape, and I don't know whether this is an EP or mixtape. But the last one was H2O, and I think the only criticism I would have of that is they all sounded quite similar. And I've been debating this in my own head about whether Aitch should try different style, because I said this in the last reaction to 30. That style that he does, which I don't know what you call it, but it's not grime and it's not really drill, it's kind of somewhere in between. That style fits him so well that it would be stupid to not do that style. But also I kind of would like to see him do more and maybe slightly different styles, experiment with different stuff. So that's the only thing possibly that I would like from this, is maybe a little bit of a switch up in style and maybe a little bit of a switch up in theme, because he generally talks about the same sort of things in tracks as well. So yeah, let's get into this. This is Safe to Say, which is the first track on the album.
Whoa, kidding. Yeah. So many shows last year, man, mashed bare work, now they can't afford me. Talking shit, can't step in the war zone when I just spent your advance on my wardrobe. Getting grown on your phone trying to talk loads, but if it's road, best watch for you.
Okay, first impressions of this track. This is a slightly different style to what he usually does, and this sounds like a very, very solid intro track. Usually you don't expect much from the first track on the album, but this has very quality, and it's only 2 minutes long, but this is a solid intro track. And it's slightly, a little bit of a switch up, but it's kind of the same sort of style. But I'm enjoying this so far, and let's carry on.
Jawbone, got a 3.5 in a raw cone, riding my wave, get lost in my thoughts though. Kinda mad back then I just saw notes, now my accountant sending my sort code.
Okay, that was a banger. That was an absolute banger. For an intro track, it was incredible. That was just like a classic Aitch flexing, and a little bit of a switch up in beat, I guess. It's kind of different, but it's pretty much the same sort of stuff he usually does. But it's like he's so good at it that he has to do this stuff, because that flow and that I don't know, I want to like know how to describe Aitch's style. I wouldn't really know how to describe it, but it's like cheeky flow almost, and it's like upbeat and poppy almost. But yeah, that style is just fits perfectly with Aitch. That was just a flexing song. He was like, ain't moved a muscle today, just made 60 rack in my sleep. Yeah, Aitch is a good flexer. That's like one thing he's very good at, is just being a cocky little son of a bitch, and he does it so well. So yeah, very good first track, and now moving on to the second one called Zombie.
Whoa, kidding. Pull it back and make it clap. Fucking up the map, got me filling up the Mac. Shit, the studio on my trap. Coming from a place where you get one shot, make it out or you blast the one pop.
Okay, this is a very different kind of beat to what Aitch usually does. It's like got some like trumpets or like trombones in there, which is something that personally I haven't heard Aitch do on a beat. It's a very different kind of beat, but it's working very well. The flow and the beat for me are sounding a bit clashing together, not really going together for me, but still working very well, and it's nice to hear something, a bit of a switch up. Yeah, different kind of flow and different kind of beat to what he usually does.
Man start moving shady if it's on top. Pray for all my brothers, free my dons locked. Yeah, they don't ask me how I'm doing, they're just on man for a track.
okay, I can't decide whether I really like that or really don't like it. That beat, I feel like, I don't know about that beat. I'm not sure if I like that, and I can't decide, because that's something that I could really like and something I could like not like at all. So I think I'd have to listen to that more to get a full judgment on that, because I can't decide if I really like that or really dislike it. And often if there's a song that I really end up liking, it's often after I've listened to it like at least 5 times, then I start like, yeah, this is really good, or I decide, no, it's not for me. So yeah, I'm not sure about that track, but it's good to hear a different flow and a different kind of style of track. And now moving on to Moston.
Couple friends on the trench, haters and snakes, yeah, there's plenty of them. Couple shady white boys filling Benz. Check it, don't disturb me at my place of work. Labels on my nerves, up in my face, I'm trying to lay my verse. Oh, so we can have a conversation, but just keep it short. Kettle freezing and there's still no ice.
This is my favourite so far. This is a banger. And this is kind of more typical Aitch style, but the flow on this is incredible and the beat's incredible. I think this is better than the last two, in my opinion.
Could have the biggest bum, but no, I still won't like. Listen, baby, I ain't trying to kill no vibe.
Okay, the hook was fire on that, and I really like that track. I think that's probably my favourite so far. And the next one is 30, which I've already done a reaction to. You can go check that out on my channel. So we're going to move on to Triggered, which is the next one, which is number 5.
Yo.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. Came in a rave with the 2 mates, made a bust down like Blueface. Tried complain that Tuesday, had to swerve that for the crew's sake. On the club going up on a Tuesday, came through, take a 1 snap for a youth's wage. I ain't tryna chat about Tuesday, bro, I'd your bay, throw it back like a bouquet. Yeah, 2 milli by 20, who can say that, not many.
2 milli by 20. Who can say that, not many. Yeah, okay, I think this is going to be my new favourite. The way he came in on that flow, and I really like the beat on this. This is more drill, and I really like Aitch and drill. This reminds me of 8 Mile with Dig That. Yeah, this is a banger, this is a banger.
Sick and I'm red there, skinny but hitting the belly. Yo, used to kick on the semi, now mum see a kid on the telly. Wanna chat my name, but it's now to talk about. Never in my life have I acted bad blue, cause I could rap, didn't chat no gas.
This is the best track on the album so far. This is better than the 30 and Raw that I've heard. I don't know if it's better than Rain. Rain is a banger, but this is sick. This is sick. I think this is some of the best music I've heard Aitch produce. This one track is so good. I really like this. This reminds me of 8 Mile, and 8 Mile was one of my favourite tracks of the year so far, and that was incredible. But this is him doing it on his own without Dig That, and it's amazing. Yeah, this is a banger, and we still got 50 seconds left.
Yeah, I spent bags on packs, but fuck it, got my first platinum plaque. In my zone, I stay trapped in that, fly flags, and I got the captain's badge.
Yeah, that's the best on the album so far, I think. That's a banger, it's an absolute banger. The next one is Raw, which I've already done a reaction to, so I'm going to skip that one. So the next one after that is Like Them, and this is the last track that we're going to react to, because the next one is Rain, which obviously everyone's already heard, because that's one of the biggest tracks in the UK when it came out, and it's probably still now. That did mad numbers. So yeah, the last one that we're going to be reacting to today, which is Like Them.
Whoa.
This is another like Spanish sounding beat. He did that on Triggered as well. I'm liking this like Spanish salsa kind of beat. It's sounding good.
Yeah, no one to impress but myself. No, I ain't tryna be like them. Busy on the move, bro, in the cell. I still haven't been to see my friend. Shorty whining like a baby in the cradle. Had a couple wines, she tryna shake it on the table. Baby.
These Spanish beats reminded me of Bugzy Malone. I think he did this on his last album, Be Inspired. Bugzy Malone did like lots of Spanish beats, and maybe Aitch's been inspired by that, and I don't know what it is about them. They sound great. Maybe it's the Manchester accent that works on them, but yeah, I'm wondering if he's maybe been inspired by Bugzy with some of the Spanish beats. But they're sounding very good, they're sounding very good.
Yo, you fine, but there's a line and you're unstable. She don't even like me, but it's like this, she'll be playful. Oh, Aitch, you're kinda cute, you got a baby face. What? It's cause I haven't shaved today. Step clean, I'm out here to get peas. How much really can it get? Someone give me a check, please. I had a lot of shit on my chest to let free.
Okay, he just mentioned if anyone wants it, they're gonna get war. I've just had this thought. I don't know if it's happened before and it's just gone over my head. Has Aitch ever been in a diss track battle? Or a diss war? Because if he hasn't, I need to see that. Imagine Aitch on some diss tracks. I feel like he's just made for diss tracks, isn't he? Like his cheeky flow, yeah, I feel like he's made for diss tracks. Go on, someone send for Aitch, please. Someone send for Aitch.
But I haven't got a problem with no one except me. Yeah, no one to impress but myself. No, I ain't trying to be like them.
Okay, yeah, that was a banger as well. I really like the Spanish beats. The Spanish beats work so well on this. Yeah, basically, this whole mixtape is just incredible. That was amazing, and this just confirms that Aitch is one of the best young artists in the UK. He's only 20, which I find mad. I'm pretty sure he's only 20. Might be 21. He's very young though, which is crazy. And he's this good, and he's put 2 very good mixtapes out. I cannot wait to see what he does on an album, because I feel like an album he will have more room to do like deeper songs and different styles and, you know, more introspective stuff. I'm just gonna make my camera a little bit darker because this is a bit too bright. There we go. Yeah, I really cannot wait for Aitch to put out an album. When I saw this announced, I thought it was an album and I was really excited, but then I saw it as a mixtape and was like, okay, it's going to be mixtape tunes. Because it's like, there's a difference between what kind of tracks you put out when it's an album and a mixtape. I don't know why, if it's like psychological or not. When there's an album, I feel like artists always put more of themselves into an album, and there's more introspective, deep stuff, whereas a mixtape is more just like, here's some tunes to get you gassed, and they're just bangers and they're tracks, but they're not like deep, thoughtful stuff. Yeah, that was incredible. I think this just proves that Aitch has got bars, and no one can disagree with that. He's an incredible rapper. And yeah, my favourite track on the album was Triggered, by far. I really liked that one. And then the next one is probably Raw or 30, the ones that have already come out. Because I basically really like those two. I really like Raw because it was more grimy, and then 30 was just like classic Aitch being incredible. I really like Moston as well. I thought that was very good. Least favourite track was probably Zombie, and I don't know if I like it yet, but yeah, based on the fact that I don't know if I like it or not, I'm going to say that's my least favourite, just because I feel like the beat and the flow didn't quite match and didn't quite go together. But despite that, the fact that his least favourite track was still that good, like Zombie was still a very good track, the fact that his worst track, in my opinion, can be that good, shows how good of an artist Aitch is. That was a very good mixtape, and in terms of mixtapes go, I'd say that's probably up there with some of the best, because yeah, you don't usually get mixtapes of this standard. This is a very, very good, high quality mixtape. I think, I always do this when I do like an album or mixtape review, I usually give it a rating out of 10, and I would say, I think if this was an album I'd be disappointed, but it's a mixtape, so it's very different in terms of what I'm expecting from it. And I'm trying to think of so I've done 2 album and mixtape reviews so far, and that's Little Simz Drop 6 and KSI Dissimulation. I'm thinking what I gave those two. I think I gave Drop 6 an 8 and Dissimulation a 7.5. I think I'm going to give this an 8. Just an 8 or an 8.5. I can't decide. I'm going to say 8. I'm going to say an 8 just because... No, it was very good though, wasn't it? I'm going to say 8 because for me there wasn't so many songs that I would want to listen to on a regular basis. Like Triggered, Raw, and 30. And Moston maybe. I'd say to get like above an 8, they'd have to be all of it. So, I don't know. I'm going to say an 8, just because that's what I'm feeling. I can't really explain it, I just feel like this is an 8 in general. This is an 8 in terms of quality. So yeah, 8 out of 10 I'm going to give this for Aitch Polaris, or Polaris. I'm not quite sure how that's pronounced. Polaris? That sounds better. Yeah, I will say Polaris. Yeah, I really appreciate if you commented what you think of this mixtape, because I would like to hear your opinions, and it's good to get the comments in the comment section to have a discussion about music. Like if you have enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more. I will be reacting to any tracks Aitch put out and do general UK and US based music reactions. And subscribe if you want to see more of that, and turn notifications on so you don't miss an upload, and I will see you guys in the next video.